Now when I say I hate a game, it usually means that I love the game, but the game is not without its bullshit. Now with this game specifically, I'm saying games so much I understand. With this game specifically, I feel like the game doesn't want you to play the game. Like, whose idea was it to make everything that is not instantly recognizable explode?
Holy Jesus.
And on top of that, the game doesn't tell you anything, which I somewhat find charming. But before I get too deep into my rantings, ramblings, whatever, let's talk about my favorite topic, and that's me. I do not have any kind of like storied background in roguelikes, unless you count the ultimate roguelike, that is Feeding Frenzy 2. Other than that masterpiece, it's pretty much Hades and Risk of Rain 2.
Was that a bug? What just happened?
You may know both of those games are absolute bangers. So when my friends told me that there was another roguelike that had some bomb-ass features, I was sold pretty easily. For me personally, the biggest selling point was that it looked like Terraria. But what were those other selling points? What were those other bomb-ass features? For starters, the game operates like a falling sand game, which for those of you who have never played it, it operates kind of like a GTA, but instead of gangsters and theft, it's fire and napalm. To give the 4 of you who haven't played one of these games the rundown, you can do things like make falling fire land onto a bunch of gasoline and watch it blow up. Noita works exactly like that. Every pixel on the screen is randomly generated and active, and spoiler alert, they all want to kill you. Very rarely do you ever come across a lake of ambrosia or something. No, it's always an ocean of lava. Frustrating, but highly engaging. It honestly makes me think about an old Flash game called Interactive Buddy. There wasn't much in the way of like really cool presentation or high octane gameplay, but the creators knew that at the heart, the engagement with the one interactive buddy is going to keep people playing this game. Let's focus on that word engagement a little bit, shall we? The main way to engage with your surroundings, of course, is to shoot it, right? But there is another way in this game, one that I think is one of the best additions they could have thought of. Let me not even say addition, because never have I seen a game feature that is so baked to the core, that is so deeply rooted in the game's engine, such as the kick function in Noita. The kick function is so integral to the experience of Noita that I think my playtime personally would be cut in half if it wasn't there. On top of that, there's always incentive to do it, because if you kick something and kill an enemy with that thing you kicked, you'll get double the gold because it counts as an accidental kill.
Let's go.
You can kick the torches, the exploding barrels, the rocks. Just have fun with it. The kick function is actually what gave me somewhat of a aha moment with this game, because I wasn't really feeling the game a lot at first, but then I ended up kicking an explosive barrel into like a lake of oil or something, and it all exploded. And it gave me a little bit of that euphoria, you know? I did that. I caused that destruction. It really opened my eyes to how interactable the entire game was. Because I didn't put that oil there. I didn't put that barrel there either. I could have kicked the barrel the other way and tried to get a kill with it. But no, I chose to kick it into the oil, make it explode, and then burn down half the map. There is an inherent agency in this game, and the game makes it feel good to actually have that power. But the other thing to interact with your environment, of course, is the wands, spells, and perks. You can actually find all these things randomly throughout your journey, but you will most likely get most of your wands, spells, and perks from the Holy Mountain, which is an area you visit in between stages. You will get randomly either a bunch of wands to choose from or a bunch of spells to choose from, but every time you'll get a perk. 3 perks spawn, you can choose one of the 3 or have it re-roll, and you actually attain these things by using the gold you get from killing enemies in the stages prior. But at the Holy Mountain, aside from buying things, you can also change your spells around. Say you have a really powerful spell that is on a wand that has a high cooldown time. It takes a while, maybe like 3 seconds or so. When you're at the Holy Mountain, you can take this spell and put it on a wand that has a low cooldown time. So overall, you can use it faster and your DPS will be higher. Of course, I'm completely massacring the complexity of this, but I don't want to bog the video down with a bunch of, shuffles, spell slots, all this other stuff, spell timers and all that. So I'm just keeping it simple. So now we've talked about wands and spells, let's talk about the big boys, the perks. I say they're the big boys because they are really the things that can make or break your run. They're usually things like life upgrades or movement upgrades or just interaction upgrades or downgrades, depending on how you look at them. I got this one that makes me bleed oil, but I am immune to fire. Depending on how you look at it, immune to fire sounds alright, but when you're bleeding oil, I don't know, man. And one time while I wasn't recording, I got one that made my kick like a telekinetic pull and push. So if I hit kick, it pulled the nearest item to me, and when I hit it again, it flung it across the screen. I don't know about you, but that completely makes wands obsolete for me. I would rather just throw shit at the enemies. And another time I got a perk that made all the soft stuff, i.e. snow, sand, etc., soft dirt and stuff, made it all dissolve around me. This was fun for about 5 seconds, then I realized that I can't walk on anything pretty much in the second stage. So, again, give and take, good and bad things. But let's talk about the enemies now, shall we? Because there is a ton. So many, in fact, I haven't even seen all of them. But look, it took me maybe 15 runs to get through the first stage for the first time. I know it's easy to say get good scrub, but the thing is, the enemies in this game don't play around. They do damage. The first enemy that was giving me real problems on the first stage was Stendari. He is a fiery boy, and he has a mad large health pool. Not to mention his attacks hit for like 20. What my dumb brain failed to realize for the first 10 times I died to this guy is that he's a fucking fiery boy. I just had to pour water on him. That's literally it, and then I killed him for the first time. But the other enemies, they're all just the same amount of bullshit. The sniper is bullshit. There are bees that bleed lava. I don't know whose idea that was, but I think they need to be fired. But moving on, before I wrap this video up, there are a couple more things I want to talk about. The music is great, but I can't really give it higher praise than it fits. On a slightly more positive note though, the game's presentation is absolutely gorgeous. The particle effects in this game would make NetherRealm Studios blush. And last but not least, the secrets. Never have I seen a game so densely packed with secrets. This is something that I wanted to see more of in Minecraft Dungeons. It just makes the game so much more intriguing. Granted, some of the secrets in Noita are very convoluted, and good luck trying to find them without a third-party source, but it's still possible. There are also just general world secrets. Like, on the first stage, if you go all the way to the right, you'll get a health upgrade, but you'll also have to fight a boss for it. Go even farther to the right, and you will literally find parallel universes. The same stage that you just explored, but with small minor differences. I mean, those are just the ones that I vaguely know about, and I don't want to research more because I'd like to find them for myself. But if secrets interest you in a video game, then this is probably the game for you. This game is amazing, and I highly recommend it. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see another video like this, I highly recommend my Risk of Rain 2 video. It's much like this one. And remember, live for a check, live for a person, live for a faith. Just don't forget to live.